I'm Jocko, tabletop editor at TechRaptor, and today we're going to talk about HeroQuest.
HeroQuest.
This is the new version of HeroQuest released this past December by Avalon Hill, and it's a reprint of the classic Milton Bradley Games Workshop board game of the same name from 1989. And it largely replicates the contents of that classic and now relatively hard to find game. So what exactly is HeroQuest? Well, it's a dungeon crawling board game for 2 to 5 players where players partake in quests where they scour modular dungeons, defeating enemies, searching for treasure, avoiding traps, and using weapons and spells to help them along the way. The gameplay flow of HeroQuest, which was inspired by the surging popularity of Dungeons & Dragons in the 1980s, sees one player taking on the role of the evil sorcerer Zargon, acting essentially as the game master. They'll consult their special quest book to determine where monsters, doors, furniture, treasure chests, traps, and other points of interest are laid out on the map. The other players each take on the role of a hero and partake in each quest the game master lays out. There's the brawny, muscle-bound barbarian. He hits hard with his powerful weaponry and has the highest hit points. The wizard has very low hit points but can cast 9 different spells which can help the group in their quest. The elf is handy with a sword and can cast 3 different spells per quest. And the dwarf is a hardy hero who attacks well and can innately disarm traps in the dungeon. Other heroes need to be equipped with special tools to do so. As the heroes of the story, players will embark on quests with different types of goals. They may be sent out to defeat an evil gargoyle, rescue a wounded knight, or reclaim lost treasure on behalf of the Prince of the Realm. Movement is determined by rolling red dice and moving the number of squares rolled, and combat is resolved by rolling a number of 6-sided dice based on the strength of your weapon or spell and hoping for skulls on those white dice, or if you're defending, hoping for shields. So what do we think of this reprint? Well, it's a bit complicated. Very little has been changed from the original version of HeroQuest in this re-release, and there are certainly several aspects of the game that feel a bit out of step with modern game and dungeon crawl design. First, there's the roll and move aspect of the game. While it's thrilling to roll an 11 or 12 and get to zoom halfway across the board, it can feel just as frustrating to roll low and have your character stuck in the same zone when you really want to be out in the thick of the battle, or if you're the wizard, running for your life away from the battle. Also, the players in my test group, as we were playing this, who played the spellcasters, were a bit disappointed by the spells available. Though they have great utility, they are decidedly old school in nature. Back in the day, a wizard was special because they could put an enemy to sleep, or walk through a wall, or breathe water. Today, we expect our spellcasters to be glass cannons, meaning yes, they're weak physically, but a single well-placed blast from them can destroy a horde of enemies. And that's just not how HeroQuest does it. Spells can only be used once per quest, and they do things like make an enemy miss their next turn, heal a few hit points, and other utilities like that. When they do deal damage, they're dealing 1 or 2 points of damage, which an enemy can even avoid with a good dice roll. That's not to say that clever players can't truly change the nature of the game with these spells, but at first glance they may seem underpowered. Why did I say my thoughts on this reprint are complicated? It's so hard to separate my nostalgia for the game with its actual current day merits. As I mentioned at the top, this game was absolutely crucial to my development as a gamer. It kind of cracked my brain open, showing me that board games can be more than just about buying properties in Atlantic City or becoming the prettiest princess. From HeroQuest, I then went on to seek out Dungeons & Dragons, which led me down this entire path. And so in a way, without my friend and I making our parents drive us to toy store after toy store to find a copy of HeroQuest around 1996 when it was just about on its way out, which we then stayed up all night playing, I wouldn't have gone down that path that leads me here today in 2022, reviewing the reprint of HeroQuest as the tabletop editor of this site. So the game will always hold a very special place in my heart. But with all that being said, should you buy HeroQuest? If you're new to the dungeon crawl genre or tabletop gaming, have fond memories of the original game, or are the parent of children who would get down with a dungeon crawler, this game was originally intended for kids, it's easy to forget, HeroQuest is an absolute must-buy. But if you're already into in-depth strategic dungeon crawl games, you may find there's a bit of depth and complexity lacking from this one. It may just feel a little thin. That's our thoughts on HeroQuest. Thank you so much. Leave your comments. Let us know what you think of HeroQuest. Have you tried this? Did you play it as a kid? Let us know.
Once you get into it, you'll never be the same. HeroQuest.